You're watching the Talk Media, and I'm your host CJ, and welcome back. And it is ranking day, and today we'll be ranking Anthrax, a band that I've been kind of like neglecting not to do for album rankings because of how many albums I actually really dislike. Really dislike, and you're gonna see it all today because, yeah, they have 11 studio albums. Four of them being quite bad in my opinion, and five of them being perfect. So there's like two that are in the middle of discography. Further ado, I'm going to go into it. Number 11, Persistence of Time, kind of like a controversy here with how Persistence of Time 1990, the last one with Belladonna. Yeah, every time I listen to this album, I feel like I just want to turn this album off and go listen to State of Euphoria or Among the Living. Like, honestly. Or even Spreading the Disease or Fistful of Metal. I want to go listen to other albums when I'm trying to listen to them. Trying is a thing. I got halfway through this album, turn it off, don't like it. Honestly, it's just not my thing. It's kind of like I'm not a huge fan of this album. I never have been. Uh, Example of why I don't like it is Time. The song Time, the first song on it, the guitars are going, and then Belladonna's vocals are just completely not synced to the guitars. There's no, the vocals and the guitars just don't match sometimes on this album. It's just a jumbled mess. Honestly, I never have gotten into this album. Probably never will. I don't get everybody's liking of this album so much. Yeah. Warning, if you didn't see it already, I'm going to be probably shitting on a couple of albums in this video because, well, I'm an Anthrax fan, but I have some really hot takes on some of these records, including number 10, which is 2011's Worship Music. 5.5 out of 10. Kind of half good, half bad. Even the half good, a lot of it is just fillers that are somewhat that are listenable, and some of the other ones are like, okay, I want to skip this. I want to go ahead. I want to listen to something else. Yeah, this album is the return of Joey Belladonna, and they're doing the John Bush era groove shit on it, and it's just it doesn't work. It does not work. And even for All Kings, they did that the same thing with For All Kings. For All Kings just being a little bit better. It's coming up. It's bottom of the list, just like this one. Really nothing to say. No song that actually shout out for being the one I would go for this album for. I just ignore this album, honestly. Every time I listen to Anthrax, I ignore this album. Just like number 9, the sound of white noise, or the sound of grunge. The sound of a thrash band that once did heavy thrash metal going into more alternative grunge music. And yeah, it's just, again, it's another album that I just don't want to ever listen to, and just this one's a 6 out of 10. It's at least half. It's at least mostly good, mostly for what people would say. What I'd say is, again, 6 out of 10 is low as shit on my view. Only Room for One More, Black Lodge. This is probably the only like really good songs on it. Some of the other songs are just decent. Songs like Potter's Field and Packaged Rebellion. I never want to listen to those songs ever again, and never actually want to listen to this album ever again. I just want to ignore it and pretend like it never existed, just like For All Kings. Another one that says it's pure thrash metal. It's not. It has some groove in there. And Belladonna's voice does not work on the groove metal stuff. It's like, what is it? It's like Iron Maiden on Virtual 11, where they try to do something with I completely lost my point on that with who I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of Blaze Bayley. Blaze Bayley. They completely just blew it with Blaze Bayley with Virtual 11. Like, X Factor was amazing. This is kind of the same way, where they try to do like the groove metal with the groove metal for the second time with Belladonna, and it's just not up to par to what I would expect. I want to listen to from Anthrax. I might as well go listen to their old stuff. Most of these albums, I just say, might as well go listen to the old stuff. Don't want to listen to this stuff. And yeah, let's go to number 7. I'm going through this quite quick. I'm just getting out of the way of all the bad albums and going into the good ones. And this is the first good one at a 9 out of 10. State of Euphoria. I mentioned it before. One of their classic albums. The only two songs that are really bad are Make Me Laugh and Antisocial. Make Me Laugh being absolutely annoying, and I skip it every time. Songs like and be all end all, out of sight, out of mind. Who cares? Wins. No, it's dark. Schism. Misery loves company. One of the best Anthrax songs of all time. 13 and Finale. It's kind of more of like a fun album outside of like what. It's where they started wearing all the colorful stuff and started to branch out from like thrash metal into more of I'm losing my mind here. I'm losing my train of thought here. Crossover thrash. They were going more into like the crossover style in this album. It's kind of like their only really crossover album where it's like less serious, more like punky, weird song titles, and kind of has its own energy and kick. Number 6 is one that people absolutely hate. 9.3, Stomp 442. I don't know why people hate this album so much. It's actually pretty damn good. Songs like Fuel, King Size, Riding Shotgun, Perpetual Motion, In a Zone being like one of my favorite Anthrax songs of all time. If there was a greatest hits of Anthrax, which there is, I would probably want In a Zone to be on it. Nothing, American Pompeii, one of the like that's a really bad song, honestly. Including Random Acts of Senseless Violence is another like really bad song. Drop the Ball, Tester, and Bear. Absolutely amazing record. The groove metal is done right with John Bush on the vocals. I would go back to this album a lot. I quite do. Same with Volume 8. Perfect. This is the first perfect one. Oh, I'm gonna get a lot of hate for having Volume 8 as the first perfect album at number 5, but I really don't give a shit, honestly. I will defend this album to the death. It's a great record. They did really good on this album. It's kind of like more fun. It's more fun than what Persistence of Time and White Noise is, and way more fun than what Stomp 442 is, and has some really good songs on it. Inside Out, Piss and Vinegar, Born Again Idiot, Killing Box, Hogtied, Big Fat, Cup of Joe, and Stealing from a Thief. There's the other songs are good too. I would not skip any of these songs on this album. It's a fun listen all the way through. I don't find myself bored and want to go listen to another album. It's kind of like, this isn't what I have in mind with Anthrax, but I'm okay with it. And that leaves us with number 4, which is We've Come For You All from 2003, the most heavy Anthrax album and the best from the John Bush era. What Doesn't Die, Superhero, Safe Home being like a really more melodic, laid back, more like quiet song. It's a good change of pace song. Any Place But Here, Nobody Knows Anything, Strap It On, featuring Dimebag Darrell. Another great. Black Dahlia, The drums are absolutely mind-numbingly heavy. Excuse me. Cadillac Rock Box, taking the music back. Taking the music back is a complete statement of okay, they're taking the music back, because this is the first time they actually do thrash metal, and it is good for once. Crash, think about it at an end, and yeah, this is my opinion, their return to form, and the last return to form they've ever had. It's the best album in since the Among the Living record, which is coming up. Number 3, or I don't need this anymore. I don't need the things for the to see the track list anymore. I don't, because number 3 is Fistful of Metal. Absolutely crazy album with Neil Turbin on vocals. Before Belladonna joined, it's their first album. It's one of the first thrash albums ever made. You have songs like Metal Thrashing Mad and Death Rider that just have the absolute shrieking vocals and just absolutely crazy guitar tone that they're. It's just time period, honestly. It's just such time period. The production is so bad, but it's time period. Um, I would kind of compare it to Metallica's first album with how the production is and how, but the vocals are a lot better than Metallica's early vocals. I definitely will think this is better than. I think this is better than Kill 'Em All. You have songs like Subjugator, Soldiers of Metal, Death from Above, and a cover song, I'm 18, which is actually good. Anthrax is known for their absolute horrible covers. Like, they're known for their the worst cover songs, honestly. I've never had faith in them doing cover songs, but this one's actually good because it's part of that whole golden age of Anthrax. Anthrax, title track, Across the River, and Howling Furies, I think it is, yeah. Absolutely killer at number 3, belongs at number 3. It's lower on this. This is my list. You could push your list, but I'm going to say that it belongs at number 3. Number 2, Among the Living. You already know what number 1 is, and yeah, it has not changed from. Don't think it has changed. If it did, I have not visited the first Anthrax video that I did years ago in a very long time, and I absolutely hate the quality. Hate how much I stumbled. I did stumble on this video, but yeah, you could see my thought process when putting my words out, because I have no script on these videos. Among the Living, Caught in a Mosh classic. If you've ever seen them live, you know they play most of their material from this. I'm the Law, Ifel Gefessen, which is Nice Fucking Life backwards, if you didn't know, the 4th song. A lot of people don't know what the number 4 NFL song is. They think it's just about football or something. It's about nothing. It's about Nice Fucking Life. This 5, A Skeleton in the Closet. Number 6, Indians. About the Native Americans getting removed from their land, which was absolutely terrible. Great song. It's one of the best Anthrax songs, honestly. It's an absolute classic song. One World, Horror of It All, and Imitation of Life. Absolute great thrash metal. Not as good as Spreading the Disease, which is at number 1. It's a good follow-up. It definitely made the fans happy when it came out, and this is the really last time the fans have really been happy with an album from Anthrax. Except I'm happy with 2 other ones that usually people aren't happy with, but yeah, that's me. Number 1, Spreading the Disease, which is an absolute classic. AIR, holy shit, AIR. I love this song on a start. This is the best opening song on an album. Absolutely amazing opening song. Lone Justice, Madhouse, just that starting, it's time for your medication, Mr. Brown. Remember that, like, starting in the video and everything. As a kid, you always watch the music videos to, like, see what the best song is. But in reality, it's just what the producers say the best song is. Not really the best songs, but Madhouse is, they got that right, that Madhouse is one of the best songs. Stand or Fall, The Enemy, Aftershock, Armed and Dangerous, that from an EP, Armed and Dangerous EP. Medusa and Gung Ho. Holy shit, Medusa and Gung Ho to end it. Absolutely great. The guitar tone is absolutely on point and is just balls to the walls, brutal. Thrash metal. It's in E standard, unlike their new stuff where it's in like, where it just sounds like modern Metallica. And you know how I feel. My channel's named Metallica Mania, but yeah, see here. I'm not a huge fan of Metallica. I was, but not really anymore. There's only like 5 Metallica records I go back to. Same with Anthrax. I only usually go back to like 5, but then I'll go back to like 6 and 7 on my list. So yeah, that is how I rank Anthrax. I had to redo this video because I didn't have the quality that I wanted, and my air conditioning was on. I thought the air conditioning kind of ruins the quality of the video because you can't hear like me actually speak. I might eventually get a mic where I can have a mic overhead so I can speak into the mic and actually have a good projection. But yeah, hope you guys liked it. It was a very hard video to make, hard to get through because a lot of the albums are really fucking boring from Anthrax, but when the Anthrax albums hit, they hit. Like when the Anthrax albums hit, they hit. When they don't, they don't. They bore the shit out of you. It just depends on which one you're going for. So, hope you guys liked it, and I will see you guys in the next video, which will be an album review. Stay metal, guys, and yeah, stick around. I will get back to you with another video probably tomorrow.